Hi guys, this is Dr. Neil Morris,
And Dr. Eugene Muro.
and welcome back to Regenerative Lifestyle. Today we're going to be talking, and we've been talking about this theme of just the foundations of health, and we're going to be talking about like nutrition and fitness and working out and stuff like that. And we're actually interviewing a gentleman today that I've gotten to know more and more over the past, I don't know, maybe 4 to 6 months, and he just takes a different approach towards fitness and creating the opportunities for fitness for people that I really, really, really like. So we reached out to him and asked him if we could interview him. He is a NASM certified trainer. He he was deployed to Iraq in 2006. He has his degree in nutrition. He also worked with some oncology patients throughout his time. He is, he's been doing personal training since like 2005, and he basically he got laid off at one point, and he did this challenge like out of his garage with 14 people, and he had amazing results. And he ended up opening a business called Fit Body Bootcamp, and currently now has 8 locations throughout the Phoenix, Gilbert, Mesa, Chandler area. So without further ado, Dr. Gene, do you want to bring him on?
Yes, I do.
All right.
Let's see if we got him.
Okay. So Ben, we actually already introduced you and talked about how awesome you were, and and basically, the reason why we really, really wanted to introduce you or, do this interview with you is because I feel like you take a different approach than this gym. And we just want to know, like, basically what got you started in fitness and why you actually went this route with Fit Body Bootcamp.
Yeah, I think like many people, when I was younger, I was, I think like a lot of kids on the eat Doritos and drink soda after school. And, I think it was about, was it my 8th grade summer? I didn't like where I was at, kind of, the chubby kid, and decided to start trying to make some changes and started going out. And I ran 3 miles every night over summer break, and just kind of cut back on what I was eating, and ended up losing 30 pounds over the summer. And so that kind of fast forward, that got my interest into nutrition and fitness, and got my first personal training certification out of high school, and immediately joined the Army afterwards. And during that time, I did a lot with the guys in my unit. Like once we got deployed to Iraq, helped them with their nutrition, their fitness, staying fit when we were over there. And one of the things that I saw, because I originally wanted to get into law enforcement, and after spending a year in Iraq, I got it out of my system, and then pursued my passion and just fell back on going to school for nutrition. And fast forward, went through college, was a trainer all through college. I was working in cancer genetics for a while. So I worked for some of the genetic labs that did the genetic testing for like the hereditary breast and ovarian cancer syndromes. And they laid off my division and said either relocate out of state or you're going to have to find something else. So that was kind of the thing where I just decided, you know what, I'm going to fall back on my passion, turn my garage into a gym. And, this started up with 14 people on a 12-week body transformation challenge. And since then, we opened up the 8th location last year. And, it's become an awesome thing that has changed a lot of people's lives. And, we've, it's been an awesome thing to see what it's turned into.
Yeah, that's so cool. When I first met you, you really impressed me. We were out there. I came to your gym. We worked out, and I didn't know what to expect, but I saw that passion. I saw that drive, and I thought it was so powerful. And you made me push a little harder. And anyways, I really like that. My question, it kind of has to do with that passion is that, can you tell me some about the philosophies that you align Fit Body Bootcamp to with some of that passion that you have? I know that that's an interesting way of saying that, but you have this philosophy that you hold.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a big part of it too is because, one of the things I left out is when I was going to college, I originally wanted to be a doctor. I'd actually thought about going the route of being a naturopathic doctor myself. And so I think that was one of the things, because I went to school to be a dietitian, and I saw that there's a lot of stuff that, I don't know, there's a lot of, well, you guys probably know better than anybody, a lot of misinformation out there. And there's a lot of, I think Western medicine treats the symptom and not the cause. So definitely try to take that approach with a lot of our clients and teaching them more, just a holistic type approach. So, with nutrition, I'm not going to tell people that they can't eat chocolate or drink beer or do any of that kind of stuff. Now, do you want to do that every single day? Well, probably not. Another big thing is that for any type of supplements or anything that we recommend to people is looking for stuff that does not have artificial sweeteners or preservatives or things like that. And I think it's very much is that we try to cater to, like you have extremes, people on the covers of magazines. Well, you know what? For most people, that is not obtainable. But how can we get you as close to that as possible, considering you have a full-time job, family, kids, whole thing, and make this something that's doable and not an impossible task? And I think one of the biggest things is just making it so it works for everybody. It doesn't matter if you are 300 pounds and never worked out a day in your life, if you, have had surgeries and injuries, or maybe, hey, you're vegan or, have some other type of, dietary restriction. I mean, it's definitely something that we work with a lot of people to help them hit their goals.
Absolutely. You want to know something that's funny you said about the cover of a magazine is what people don't realize. I was in that industry for a little while, but people don't realize is those pictures are doctored. Now people realize it more now, but it's been that way for a long time because now they're like, oh, look at this filter. Look at this filter. It's like, you're looking at this picture on this magazine and they want to look like that person. It's like, you realize that person, if you saw them in real life, you may not recognize them.
Right.
That much, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, they were slimmed a little bit. Their cheeks got pushed in a little bit with all that type of stuff. So it's like, it's about being, and also that's their job too. Their job is to be fit, where most people's job is a job to create money to put on the table. It's like put food on the table type of thing. So what for the clients, like if someone watching right now who's not already a client, or for the current clients, like what are you doing right now to help keep them motivated and help keep people going? Because obviously, with everything going on, the gyms are closed and stuff like that. Like what are you putting out there for people?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've kind of got a joke. We're calling it the quarantine 15, kind of like the freshman 15. And a big thing, we're trying to help people so that they are not, putting on the quarantine 15. I think a big thing through that is, obviously we've had to shift very quickly and, I think do a lot more of like the remote nutrition coaching. And I think the other big thing is offering all the workouts that we normally do in the facilities, but doing it at home. So we're doing it where they're pre-recorded every single week and put together the workout split for people, but also doing live Zoom workouts. So that way people are still able to interact with a coach. The other big thing that we're doing right now is our Aloha Body Transformation Challenge. So this is something that it's probably our most famous body transformation challenge where, the top man and top woman from all of our locations can win a trip for 2 to Hawaii, but we're changing it this year. So to everyone that is a current client, they will get this for free. And we're just trying to make it as a fun way to keep people engaged. They have a competition to work towards, and let's not let this quarantine situation make everyone depressed and gain a ton of weight. And so those are kind of the big things we're putting in place right now to make sure that, this is not having a long-term effect on people's health.
That's one way to motivate people. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's getting them excited. You got me excited. I was like, I'm ready.
There you go, right?
Hey, let me ask you this question because it's kind of a thinker. Everybody's been talking about exercise and fitness and diet. Can you tell us something that no one's really talked about that you find really important?
Well, in what regards? With diet and exercise or just in general?
I would say in general about fitness. Everybody's been talking, but no one's really, maybe there's something unique because, I look to you as an expert in the field. Is there anything that you don't hear being discussed that possibly should be discussed?
Yeah, I would say one of the big things is, that some of these quarantine, things that have been put in place, it's almost counterintuitive because you look at it, the more that you sit around and the fact that you're inside, a couple different things. First, vitamin D is a precursor to so many hormones. And so a lot of people, if you're not out in sunlight and then you start becoming deficient in vitamin D, what kinds of health issues is that going to start leading to? Then the fact that you're just sitting around and not exercising, well, by exercising, by moving around, it releases endorphins. So then you're also hearing about people that are getting depressed. Well, why are they getting depressed? Because they're just sitting around, they're eating junk food, they're not being out, they're not out in the sun, they're not having their vitamin D levels where it is. And so it's all these recommendations is probably actually weakening people's immune system, because if you look at everything, like, is it, and the people that are getting, this virus and succumbing to it, well, the thing is, it's like you look at the statistics, a lot of the people that are having issues or dying, it's, those that are immune compromised. So the recommendations that are going out, is it strengthening people's immune system or is it weakening it? So, what are the key things? Hey, you should probably be outside, still exercise, still eat healthy, do everything you can to strengthen your immune system, which I think that's the thing that I find kind of interesting about all this is that, the recommendations that are being put out is probably actually weakening people's immune system.
Yeah. Sit home and eat processed food.
Yes.
Right? Don't go outside. Stay in close quarters to people next to people that if they have it, you make sure you get it too at the same time.
Right.
So that being said, I've experienced Fit Body Bootcamp, so I know how it is, and actually Dr. Muro has too, Dr. Gene. What would you say makes Fit Body Bootcamp different than the other gyms out there? Because I already know, and I've been at a lot of, I'm not going to name names of other gyms, but I've gone into the big gyms and stuff like that, and rah, and then off you go, type of thing.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the big thing that we try to cater towards, the people that the 70% of the country that maybe are overweight or struggle with fitness. I can't tell you how many clients, that they come to us because they're terrified of going into a big box gym. You look at a lot of the big box gyms, you have, again, people look like maybe they're fitness models and, and a lot of people we've heard say that they feel like it's a meat market or you got a bunch of meatheads in there. And, I think we really try to cater it to people that no matter what their level is. Again, we literally have some professional athletes that they'll use this as their off-season conditioning. And then we have others that are grandmas and grandpas that, they've never done anything like this in their life. And I think we really try to make it first. It's a community, as I always tell everybody, if you're looking to your left and right, it shouldn't be to judge people and criticize them. If you're looking to your left and right, it's to high five each other. We really try to create that positive community. And, I think everybody's very accepting of everyone. They're not showing up. It's not a meat market. It's, you're showing up to work out with friends and to make this something that everybody's trying to challenge each other and make each other better. And it's not a place of judgment. I've heard of other coaches or at other places or other facilities, that our clients had gone to previously where, it was almost like they talked down to them if they weren't able to do certain exercises. And, of course, people are going to be terrified to go to a place like that. Whereas I think that, we realize that it doesn't matter what the workout is, there's probably always going to be something that we might need to modify that not everybody's going to be able to do. And that's totally okay. Because what, the big thing is that you're able to do what you can do. It's not about what everyone else is at. It's about how can you challenge yourself each and every time and do a little bit more the next time.
And you want to know the thing I really, really like about your gym is that me and my wife can both go. Now, see, I'm an ex-college football player. I do jujitsu. My wife is fit, but I can go there and get a crazy workout, and she goes there and gets a crazy workout, but the way the intensity can be dialed up and down and both of us work out at the same time. I love that because it's just number one, I get to kind of spend some time with my wife, and, bonding and stuff like that. And two, I get to get in this awesome workout, and she does too. And I don't have to do less of a workout to be able to do it with her.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I love that. I love that you're all about connecting families and building life together. That's huge. I know that you have a unique background and that you have a different expertise than most trainers that that go out and get a cert. You have a lot of nutritional background. Can you tell me from your personal perspective, what would you tell people or recommend the top three pointers, I guess, that if you were just to name? I know that we talked about vitamin D, we talked about exercise, we talked about doing lots of different things, but just to keep everybody simple, top three things that you would say you would highly recommend to impact health.
Well, I would say one of the biggest things is that diets don't work long term. Now, of course, anybody can do a diet and, you know, see results, but I think that that's where so many people get frustrated. And you know that what we try to teach people is, you know what, like if your favorite food is pizza and beer, I'm going to show you how you can still eat that every single week, still be fit and still lose weight. And when I say that, most people think that's insane. I don't know how that's possible. But what we try to teach people is no matter what you want to do, whether you're vegan, whether, you know, you are gluten intolerant or, you know, some other dietary restriction, there's things that you can do that it's more about creating a lifestyle and not a diet. Because as soon as you stop doing a diet, you know what, then all that weight you lost goes back to everything. So I think the biggest thing we try to teach people, it's not about a diet, it's about making lifestyle changes. You know, I think one of the other big things too is you have to be careful who you believe. There's a lot of so-called Instagram experts and Instagram butt stars that will tell you the latest and greatest thing on, you know, how to see results. And I think a lot of people are misled. And, you know, and I think this is always the thing to kind of look at is, you know, you have to kind of take everything that you see with nutrition and fitness and kind of look at it through a filter. You know, I think a lot of my training and everything, and as I'm sure for you guys as well, is looking at a lot of evidence-based science. I mean, there's a lot of people that come out with claims and, you know, whatever, but, you know, what kind of clinical data is there that supports that? You know, there's a lot of fitness magazines that will say stuff and they might take a clinical trial and twist some of the data to say something that wasn't really the case. And I think for people, I think that would be probably one of the biggest things is always take everything with a grain of salt. Probably the third biggest thing is, you know what, like if you need help, don't try to do it on your own. You know, it is worth the time, the energy, the money that is invested to hire an expert to give you that jump start. I know for us, we hire some of the best coaches in the industry. Most of our trainers have their degrees, you know, that we take them through a world-class training program and teach them so much. But the other big thing with that is that, you know, I can't tell you how many of our clients have come in and they've had that experience or they've worked with someone that's given them such a huge head start. So that'd probably be the biggest thing is just, you know what, yes, you can probably figure stuff out on your own, but there's extreme value in working with a professional instead of making these mistakes along the way and getting sound guidance.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I agree with that.
So, that being said, then what would be, because you have 8 locations and I don't even know where all 8 locations are because I think I know where 3 of them are.
All right.
What would be the best way for people to be able to reach out to you or to reach out to Fit Body to where they could connect, like email, phone number?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the biggest things is just, you know, obviously social media. So our main social media, our Instagram page would be fitbody_AZ. You see that for Fit Body Bootcamp, Arizona. You could also see our website, which we typically always have some sort of a special or trial or something like that, where it would be fitbodyaz.com. And again, for anybody that wanted to follow me personally, my Instagram is so BY Ben Jones. So again, my personal Instagram is by Ben Jones. You can find me there. But you know, those are typical of those things. Follow us on social media, and you know, we've always got awesome things going on. Like you know, you can come in and try it out for a week for free when we're open. Right now, like I said, we are getting ready to launch our Aloha Challenge, which starts on Monday. We're giving everyone 8 weeks of at-home workouts, meal plans, and a chance to win thousands of dollars in prizes. You know, so to have a good time, still working out at home.
So if they want to do the Aloha Challenge, they can go to that Facebook page or to the Instagram, and they can get on board with that right now.
Yeah, if you go to our, and actually the link for that would be fitbodyaloha.challenge.com for the direct link, which I think there is still some availability on that. Or they could also go to our Facebook page, which would be Fit Body Bootcamp Arizona.
I'm just thinking because some people might be interested in going to Hawaii. So
yeah, I know, especially after we've all been quarantined, and
yeah, exactly.
who doesn't want to get away at that point, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You know, what I love about everything that you're saying is that it just allows us to have these deeper relationships and build that community that you were talking about. We love working with organizations and people that have like minds. And it's really great to hear the philosophies and the background that you hold, because that kind of helps me and other doctors in our practice kind of connect and be more willing to continue this relationship. So I love that, because we have so many patients that we work with that we can bring them to a certain place, playing with their vitamin D levels, giving them recommendations, working on those diets, because there's no, there's a die and diet, right? Diets are not sustainable.
Right.
And so what we like to do is then say, okay, next steps are connect with Ben, right? Do those things. It's so good, because we're big advocates about not only is it good to get out, but also work with a healthcare professional to make sure that the workouts that you're doing is safe and effective. And so I know that you work a lot with different things. You do in nutrition, you do all these things. You utilize doctors quite a bit, don't you, in your current programs?
Yeah, we do, because I think it's the same way. I mean, there's certain areas that's beyond our scope of practice that we really try to, help people out. I mean, I know that especially for some pain and even hormonal issues that I know I've sent several people your guys' way, because again, everyone's kind of got a specialist, and, or specializes in certain things. And, and I mean, it's the same thing. Try to work with reputable people where we have the same philosophy, and I know you guys are doing awesome things.
Yeah, and I know that you're doing pretty awesome things, because I went down there and you made me cry a little bit. I won't.
We'll see. We just got to see you back once everything reopens, right?
Absolutely. That sounds great. Well, hey, Ben, thanks so much for joining us today and connecting with us and giving us more information about life, health, and how to really play that healthy role in that 15 quarantine issue going on, right?
Yeah, right.
All right, guys.
Well, absolutely, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me, and hopefully we'll see you again here soon.
Absolutely. I'll put all your information down below. You guys.
All right, sounds good.
Because he's going to be amazing.
You guys can go ahead and book with us at regenerativehealthgroup.com. Okay.
All right. Bye, guys. Thanks.
Bye.